This is Plant-Based Briefing, expert tips to help parents of picky eaters enjoy a dairy-free lifestyle, by Tiffany Bruno, MSRDN, at switchforgood.org. And I'm Marian Erickson. This is the curated content plant-based podcast where I narrate articles on plant-based and vegan living with permission in about 10 minutes or less every weekday. So now let's get to today's Plant-Based Briefing. Expert tips to help parents of picky eaters enjoy a dairy-free lifestyle, by Tiffany Bruno at switchforgood.org. Dairy products can be a convenient option that provide energy and nutrients to children's diets. For picky eaters, removing a reliable source of nutrition can be a point of concern for their health as well as their happiness. We have expert tips for parents to ensure their kids are meeting their nutritional needs, developing a positive relationship with food, and still satisfying the whole family at mealtimes. 1. Try different brands of plant-based alternatives. There are dozens of dairy-free alternatives available for all of your favorite products with similar taste and functionality. If the first non-dairy milk you try isn't a favorite, try another brand or variety. It may require trial and error, but it's worth it to discover a new favorite that the whole family looks forward to having. Some brands have come out with kid-specific products with fun packaging, which may make your child more excited to try it. We love Kiki Milk's lunchbox-sized cartons, Forager Project's squeezable yogurts, Ripple's Kids Pea Milk, and Once Upon a Farm's dairy-free smoothie pouches. 2. Try foods that don't typically have dairy. If your family is hesitant to try plant-based cheese on family favorite recipes, start the dairy-free transition with meals that rarely have dairy products in them. For example, many Asian-inspired dishes traditionally do not contain dairy. If something like soba noodles with veggies, recipe linked here, is already a favorite in your family's meal rotation, they likely won't miss the dairy. 3. Make sure there is at least one safe food available at all meals. A worst-case scenario involves serving a meal and your child doesn't feel comfortable eating any of it. You can minimize mealtime fights and frustrations if at least one safe food is available. For example, if you're making dairy-free enchiladas that can't be easily deconstructed, serving plain rice and beans on the side means your child will still have options available for nourishment. 2 separate meals don't need to be cooked, as adding one additional dish encourages every family member has an option they're comfortable with. 4. Remove the pressure to eat. It's common for a child to be told to eat a particular food even though they've expressed disinterest in the past or pressured to try something new. This can be stressful for the child, which creates an unpleasant eating environment. Rather than everyone in the family getting frustrated, try taking the pressure off. Allow your child to decide if they want to eat the food or not. This method allows them to explore and ultimately enjoy a wider variety of foods. Foods that they may have previously spit out might turn into a favorite if given the opportunity to enjoy it on their own terms. Remove the pressure to take one more bite, finish their plate, or punish them for not eating. This can lead to anxiety around mealtime and eating if they feel forced to do something their body doesn't want. Kids' hunger ebbs and flows from day to day and week to week. Some days they may only eat a few bites before feeling uncomfortably full. This is normal. Allowing them to decide when they're full, rather than from an arbitrary amount served on their plate, will help them learn to trust their physiological signals of hunger and fullness. 5. Be honest about the food. If you lie to your child about what's in their food, it can break trust and lead to pickier eating. Explain to them that what you're serving is a different type of milk, cheese, or yogurt, and why the family is switching away from dairy. Try having a conversation about what they notice that is different. Is the color slightly different? Texture? Smell? This can help kids get excited about trying new foods. And 6, supplement if necessary. A variety of real food is always the goal for a balanced diet, but supplements can help fill in the gaps. Talk to your healthcare team about the proper form and dose of supplements if you're worried about your child's overall eating patterns and intake. Looking for more meal inspiration? Our Dairy-Free Swaps Guide, linked here, was designed to be family-friendly and offers a variety of recipes, meal ideas for the entire day, and tips for being dairy-free. You just listened to Expert Tips to Help Parents of Picky Eaters Enjoy a Dairy-Free Lifestyle, by Tiffany Bruno, MSRDN, at switchforgood.org. And I'm Marian Erickson, your host. As always, I put a link to the original post in the show notes, and from there you can find links to those recipes mentioned. And I'll also link some episodes you might be interested in about why you should go dairy-free. I've done a gazillion episodes about dairy, so wherever you listen, if there's a good search feature, just put dairy in there. Or go to plantbasedbriefing.com, and at the bottom of the episodes page, there's a search feature that works really well. But I will also link the following episodes from Switch for Good. Episode 6, The 10 Scariest Things About Milk. Episode 22, Dairy and the Environment, FAQ. 53, How Dairy Affects Children's Health. 57, The Honest Truth, an interview with a former dairy farm worker. 71, 6 Reasons to Detox from Dairy Today. 120, 8 Things You Don't Know About Dairy. 153, Dairy and Increased Risk of MS. 162, Dairy Studies, What the Industry Doesn't Want You to Know. 202, Dairy Linked to Acne, Diabetes, and Cancer. 306, Why Milk is Bad for You, 9 Reasons You Should Avoid Dairy. And 307, The Twisted History of Milk in America. That's a good one. 340, Milk and Osteoporosis, the Calcium Myth. 385, Cow's milk ranks as the #1 cause of fatal anaphylaxis. 401, Myth-Busting Soy, Part 1, Women's Health and Hormones. 432, 3 Myths About Soy and Men Debunked. 490, The Harmful Side Effects of Whey Protein. 548, The 411 on Cheese, Definition, Health Risks, and Alternatives. 579, What About Yogurt? Why this dairy product is not as healthy as you think. 603, Cottage cheese doesn't deserve your attention. 612, 5 tips to maintain strong bones and prevent osteoporosis. 632, sources of vitamin D, everything you should know. And I'll just stop there. There are so many. This list is ridiculously long already that I'm reading off here. So check the show notes, just search for dairy, and you can find out more information. Please share this episode with anyone who might benefit, and thanks for listening.